Coming to your exposure or your experience per se, I think you have been into banking and financial services. How has marketing evolved over a period of time according to you?
So I started my career in 2006, and again, as I said, sometimes I'm not as old as Dun Bradstreet, but in marketing terms, I think I'm pretty old that way. So in 2006, there was hardly any SMS marketing. There was no email marketing. Facebook was not there. There was no Twitter. So digital marketing as a whole was non-existent.
Yes.
So when I started, it was about the brand building. It was about PR. It was about creating those outreach. So we used to talk in terms of ATL, BTL. So, and ATL, BTL, digital hadn't come in that. So there was a lot of focus actually on sales, distribution, on improving the product, and communication used to typically, and I'm talking about banks here, of course. So, and communication used to come after that.
Right.
So if it used to be said that if your service is good, if you have a good branch network, if you have great products, which usually meant lower fees and better interest rates, your job is done. The rest, everything is to just communicate. But over a period of time, banks have matured a lot as far as marketing is concerned. They have realized, and perhaps that is because of the competition they have been facing within themselves in the traditional banks, as we call it, but also competition from fintechs, which has actually changed the marketing game for banks. They have become more focused on what they communicate. They have become more focused on being up to date with the trends there. They have focused a lot on digital marketing. And now if you see, of course, every digital marketing or an ATL agency knows that BFSI sector is the biggest spender as far as marketing is concerned. And they spend not just purely on a big media plan. They really invest in the brand. So that is a big and a welcome change which I see. Of course, over a period of time, data became important. With big data came a new field, a subfield of marketing, as they said, analytics, where we used to have a separate team which analyzes all that customer data, and banks have that wealth of data, and they analyze all that data and try to bring in trends. And then suddenly we had marketing automation, which I believe totally changed the game. Social media and marketing automation, I feel, have been probably in a span of 4 or 5 years, which I was handling, and suddenly I realized that I am living in the stone age because I have not kept abreast with all that. And this is the mid 2010s where it really Google, Facebook up their advertising game. They went beyond being social network to become advertising platforms. But what fascinated me was that, and while I come from that old school of traditional marketing, as they call it, there was so much wealth of data, which I realized that even in banks we had a lot of customer data, but we had that big unknown of non-customers or prospects. And here digital marketing platforms were giving us real-time data. They helped us in ad testing, which used to be like a long drawn process earlier. Ad testing became much quicker. SEO was something which again was very different from what we used to do earlier. So SEO was big, and ultimately Google became the biggest search platform. Subsequently, then we realized that there are other search platforms like YouTube which have come in. Video marketing became big, content marketing became big. So in the, I would say, since 2014, in the past 10 years or so, there have been so many changes. It's that if I try to remember the Vipul of pre-2012-13,
the analog marketing era.
Analog marketing area, and I feel that person does not exist anymore. Now my thinking has changed a lot. While there is with digital marketing, there sometimes is a compromise on creativity, there is a compromise on brand building, there is an expectation of getting quick solutions, but that is something which every marketer ultimately grows more mature and realizes that while you can be a specialist as far as your expertise is concerned, your marketing plans cannot be one-dimensional, focusing only on digital, or for that matter focusing only, say, on
offline,
ATL or offline. So I think banking sector as a whole also has developed that kind of omni-channel marketing, which I think is now part and parcel of every marketer's plan, be it any sector, B2B, B2C,
true,
anything.
True. In fact, very interesting to see banking, transition from, what it used to be very regulatory earlier, right? And they have now managed to, bridge the gaps in terms of data security, and now they have ventured into, as you rightly said, into business analytics and targeted marketing in terms of, which customers to target and all, makes it very interesting.
I think you mentioned about regulatory, and I think
yes.
it's something probably we don't realize, but what has also changed is the psyche of the marketer in financial services. Earlier, by nature, we were always taught to be more cautious about what we are saying there. Bank marketeers still are, but what they have also realized is that the new generation, even millennials or Gen Z, they prefer a more relaxed form of communication. They prefer a more vibrant form of communication, and sometimes I also see that change has come in possibly every bank's marketing communication, which hitherto was more formal. It was earlier more, as I said, cautious, and ultimately every marketing communication used to sound the same.
Yes.
Only you remove the logo sticker and change it and replace it with another. It many times seems the same. But I've been fortunate enough to work with organizations like Axis Bank, Yes Bank, subsequently India Infoline, which were very vibrant as far as their marketing activities are concerned. They were open to open to change, open
they
to
were all the new age banks at
yes.
that time, and they took the industry by storm in terms of getting colors in their logos and whatnot.
Yes.